You can never have too much of Keanu Reeves. He's a man for all seasons, from his action-packed performances John Wick to other indie movies. Of course, many MCU fans want him to play a character from that world. Who wouldn't want to see him in the superhero suit? Well, his own dream role is really similar to ours, and in this video we'll be telling you all about his choice of MCU character. First off, it's Ghost Rider. Yes, you heard us, Keanu's always shown the world how he can pull off any vibe. He really does have the best of both worlds. He can be ruthless, but he can be super sensitive and kind, so really, it's not that big of a surprise hearing he wants to be Ghost Rider. Man has a strange like no other. He recently went on Jimmy Kimmel Live and talked about his new comic book, Berserker, so of course, the conversation ventured into the realm of Marvel superheroes, fans who have been wondering about what he's up to these days, especially when it comes to his superhero stints. He voiced Batman in the League of Super Pets recently, but other than that, he's been no news from him suiting up and booting for a role like this. He and Kimmel discussed his love of comics, and that's where he brought up his dream MCU role. When asked what his 10-year-old self would want to play, Reeves thought for himself a little while. It's a big question. We're sure everyone would want to think about their answers. Well, then he replied he'd like to be Ghost Rider. It actually fits so well. He can rock a leather jacket like nobody else and has all the acting chops for it. It's also been a long time since Nick Cage's version, and the time is ripe for a remake. Come on, Keanu, we know you can make this happen. No studio will say no to him, that's for sure. Next up, more about his love for comics. His speculated involvement in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not new. Fans have been wanting to see him in a movie like that for a long time now, and the actor himself has shown interest in it. Talking to Kimmel, Keanu revealed that he's always loved comic books, so much so that now at 58, he's made his own series. That's some serious dedication, and it's honestly so adorable. Berserker's about an immortal warrior who fights as time goes on and on. What's more, this one is also set to be adapted into an anime and a live-action version. Sounds like he's booked, busy, and in demand, as he should be. He took a small trip down memory lane and told Kimmel that he used to really love writing his own comics when he was little, a total nerd in his own words. But the thing is, when you continue doing the same thing well into your 50s, you're a definite nerd. Of course, it's the coolest thing ever. Keanu admitted it proudly. Everyone should being nerdy, especially him. On top of that, it's no secret that Kevin Feige's spoken to the actor about a potential role for him in the franchise. It's one of the most expansive ones. And there's always room for new people, especially when it comes to an actor like Reeves. He's timeless, everyone. Even though we don't know anything about it yet, it's best to keep our fingers crossed. Keanu ain't done yet. Now his potential involvement in the MCU? You know it's serious when the boss meets with an actor for a potential role. Well, it turns out Feige actually linked up with Reeves before the release of each movie and has a talk with him. According to comicbook.com, the two have been getting together and discussing how they can play Reeves' entrance into the world. Kevin has admitted that he wants to do this as much as possible. To be exact, he wants to figure out the right way for his arrival. On Kimmel, the actor himself had a lot of love to give for the franchise. He said he finds them really cool, especially the way they've developed over time, and just what they're doing, absolutely spectacular, and we couldn't agree more. And he ended on a note which is hopeful for everyone. He said he'd really like to be part of it someday, and with the childhood dream of being Ghost Rider, how can you deny him? It's completely impossible. It's a given that he will join the team eventually, but we just don't know how yet. Sure, the next phases have been announced, but we're sure there's some space they can squeeze Keanu into. There's always gotta be. Following up why Ghost Rider is perfect for him. Oh, we're super serious about this. Think about it. Another reboot is overdue. Honestly, because Nick Cage's version came out so long ago, Marvel's also known for keeping things fresh. Johnny Blaze deserves a rejuvenated spotlight, don't you think? Other actors have also been fiending to play him. Ryan Gosling and Norman Reedus have shown a lot of interest in playing the character too, so there's definitely a whole lot of demand. Not to mention that all fan casts of Keanu as Blaze. It really is the role for him, and many fans can't imagine anyone but him on that motorcycle with a head on fire. Honestly, cool factor aside, we're all gonna swoon in our seats. We need that adaptation stat. An all-black leather ensemble, boots and chains, the whole deal. He'll eat this look up, if we do say so ourselves. Bottom line is, we want him in this role as much as he does. So with all that in mind, we're sure it's gonna take some time. After all, Keanu mentioned this in a conversation on a talk show, so it might be a long time before we get any confirmation. Given that Feige also wants to take his time, we're gonna have to hang tight. But oh well, you can read Keanu's comic in the meantime. But for now, some other characters Keanu could portray in the MCU. First off, Mr. Sinister, who said he's he's gotta just be a hero. You best believe he's got the range to play a kick-ass villain. While he's a great contender for the cosmic, supernatural, or Fantastic Four universe of the franchise, this one's also got a really big opening. Feige might want to put him in the slot since he has a lot to play Sinister so well. If you put the comic book illustration next to a picture of the actor, you will find so many similarities. The twisted scientist Nathaniel Essex, you'd be so fine if Keanu played you. He's really one of the more evil ones, a sick and manipulative scientist obsessed with perfecting the human race. He's a real threat to the X-Men, plus his outfits are always so spooky. It's gonna be amazing to see Reeves in one of his ensembles, and that red diamond on his forehead, oh boy, the material is all here for the taking. We're really hoping Patrick Stewart comes back to Professor X again so we can see him go head-to-head with Keanu as Mr. Sinister, a fight for the history books, my friends. Up next, there's Galactus, Destroyer of Worlds. Again, here's another menacing force we think the actor would play really well. The very guy who enslaved Silver Surfer himself, the one and only Galactus, he'd seriously be giving Josh Brolin's Thanos a run for his money. Just like the Mad Titan, he's known for one of the biggest comic threats in the Marvel Universe, period. He's also dubbed the Devourer of Planets, which is pretty self-explanatory. If he's there, he's gonna eat y'all up. Even though he's gonna be portraying in CGI mostly, we're very sure Reeves can add some special touches that even the best CGI can't cover up. It's about making his formidable presence feel real, and it's a cool new venture for him to dip his toes into. Plus, it'll be interesting to see him interact with some of the cosmic higher-ups like Lord Chaos. Last but not least, we have the Silver Surfer. We know we mentioned Galactus before, but hear us out. If anything, it just shows how versatile Keanu is, that he has the potential to play both characters in the hero-antagonist duo, and this one is for his sensitive side, the one he has no trouble showing. Norrin Red's backstory is one of the most heartbreaking ones in the comics. He took it upon himself to live a life of servitude so that his planet could be safe and free, and it's the saddest, noblest fate ever. Reeves can easily move us all to tears with a performance like this. We need to see his tale told on screen, and he's got the brains and brawn for it. Plus, there's a lot of room to play around with the story itself. If Silver Surfer were to return to his captor in mutiny, we could definitely see Keanu become heroic and driven in an instant. It's hard not to cheer for someone like him, and that's what makes the movie really special. But my friends, that's gonna be all for this video. What do you think of Keanu Reeves as the Ghost Rider or any of the other roles we discussed? Please let us know in the comments below, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.